परानुशक्तं तपनीयोपकल्पं महागदं काञ्चनचित्रदंसं मर्माण्यभीक्ष्णं प्रतुदन्तं दुरुक्ते प्रचण्डमन्युप्रहसंस्तं बभासे।
Hare Krishna. Paranusaktam tapaniyopakalpam mahagadam kanchana chitrodamsam marmani avikstam patudantam duruktai prachandamanu prahasamstam bhavavase. Hare Krishna.
Okay, we will do the synonyms. Para, from behind. Anusaktam, who followed very closely. Tapa Nitya Upakalpam, who had a considerable amount of gold ornaments. Mahagadam, with a great mace. Kanchana, golden. Chitra, beautiful damsam. Chitra, beautiful. Damsam, armor. Marmani, the core of the heart. Avikshanam, constantly. Pratudantam, piercing. Duruktai, by abusive words. Prachanda, terrible. Manyu, anger. Prahasan, laughing. Tam, to him. Bhavase, he said. Translation: the demon who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles, and beautiful golden armor on his body, chased the Lord from behind with a great mace. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, but in order to reply to him, he expressed his terrible anger. Purport: the Lord could have chastised the demon immediately while the demon was deriding the Lord with ill words. But the Lord tolerated him to please the demigods and to show that they should not be afraid of demons while discharging their duties. Therefore, his toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. The demons' derision of the Lord was just like barking of dogs. The Lord did not care about it, since he was doing his own work in delivering the earth from the midst of the water. Materialistic demons always possess large amount of gold in various shapes, and they think that a large amount of gold, physical strength, and popularity can save them from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Good morning, and it's a very auspicious days going on, even though we are covered with snow all over still. This is Ekadasi, Varaha Dwadasi, Nityananda Trayodasi, and what an auspicious time, and we are gathered to remember Lord Varahadev. Particularly, and coincidentally, he's reading the subject matter which I'm reading is also on the same lines about him himself, the Lord Varahadev. I would like to see blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. If you'd like to fill and add something at the end, please let me know so I can plan accordingly. I can keep it in such a way so everybody can share. So, The purport again says, the translation, the demon who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles, and beautiful golden armor on his body, chased the Lord from behind with great mace. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, but in order to reply to him, he expressed his terrible anger. So this is incident, which is transcendental activity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jayadev Goswami glorifies Lord Krishna primarily in his, Dāsa Stotra. Even the Lord has unlimited incarnations. He glorifies the Sukara Rupa. So, am I okay? Okay. Does anyone wants to say something? So, Sukara Rupa is glorifying. This nature of this world, which is made by the Lord Himself, is in such a way that every living entity is conditioned to think he or she, irrespective of species or gender, thinks that one is center of this world. It is fact. When we look into our life, we constantly think about ourselves, my relatives, my duties, my friends, my body, my property. Everything is self-centered, and everything is self-centered. So, with this self-centeredness, this whole universe, the living entities in the whole universe, fall into a situation is struggle for existence. What is the struggle for existence? It's not only just one's own maintenance, but at the same time, struggle for to establish our lordship in this universe. Given the chance, we may think universe is too much, but it is fact. We can understand from the Hiranyakship's plans, and they're also living entities. They came to perform the role of a living entity who is bereft of Krishna, or who wants to be really lord of this material world, material universe. So every living entity has certain plans because of their conditioning. We wanted to be separated from the Lord. We came to this world and we make our own projects. His guest Ravindra Prabhu always sometimes mentioned actually, every one of us as God project. When I first time heard what God project? What is God project? What the project, then I understood the project is that we want to be successful in our life. And that success is material success. According to the eyes of the Shastra, it's called material success. It's not real success. Real success is developing the love for Krishna, prema pamartha, pure love for Krishna. So, according to Shastra, the success which living entity is striving constantly is to establish their own superiority in this world, among friends, among relatives, among students, college, school, among co-workers, among devotees. This constant race to establish our superiority is a constant race. So, and because of that reason, the living entity is never able to be happy. Whatever he got, he or she got. Maybe a little more, maybe a little better, little more success in my career, maybe a little more savings. If not, then we look at little more success in our children's career, whatever it is. But ultimately, the primary goal of conditioned soul is to find oneself is better situated in compared to others. It's not that just someone wants to be better situated. Upanishad explains that, yeah, everyone has a right to live peacefully in this material world and take their maintenance. Isavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena takkana bhujita magritha kasyas vidhanam. So every living entity needs it and they have a right to live peacefully and fulfill their basic necessities. And there is no sin to it. But then the question comes, how much one strives when one crosses this boundary, which Upanishad is giving. Yeah, take what is your quota. If your elephant eat your belly full, no worries. If your ant eat whatever is necessary. If you're like a Bhima's body, eat what is necessary for Bhima's body. So every body is different, and every soul has taken certain kind of body, and they have to maintain that body. But when one crosses the line of which is given by Upanishads, then one is prone to fall into the sinful activities. One is prone to fall into the sinful activities. We may not realize that more and more and more. If you don't mind, I'll share some. This morning I was thinking, this all of us snow covered, and the small house or temple the heater is on, and I was noticing the heater is constantly on, and I'm taking from the nature so much of natural resources to maintain my body warm. Then I was also thinking, Simon, those are the bigger houses, they have to have more resources to maintain. More oil, more money, more natural resources needed to maintain. It is natural, right? The bigger we want, the more we take from the natural resources. And this world at this time is exactly like Hiranyakashipu Hiranyaksha. It's not like the millions of years ago Hiranyaksha appeared. And at this time also, the whole world is like Hiranyaksha. The leaders of the countries, they're fighting literally for natural resources. Gas, energy is the gold. Everyone wants energy, superpower. There's a fight for superpower. Recently, I heard, the country is really mostly fight. The fight is really for supremacy. The fight is two reasons they mentioned actually. I'm part of the Air Force clergy team. So they were explaining that the two reasons the fights are happening is because of one is religious fight, and the second is the fight of superiority, lording over. And this fight will never end, actually. This fight will never end until and unless the living entity changes the direction, the goal of life, not to lord over this material world, rather become a devotee of Lord Krishna and offer this material world in his service. So until that consciousness doesn't come, there's no question, there's no chance of peace. And that same thing has been declared by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarvaloka maheswaram surudam sarvabhutanam gyantva mam santirmuchati. Until and unless one individually and collectively do not offer, understand, recognize that I, Krishna, is the enjoyer of these three worlds, including our home, our body, our possessions, and everything. I'm the enjoyer, I'm the proprietor, I'm the master. So until that time, peace is not possible. That's why Prabhupada, he brought this message of peace to this world, to America especially. We in Americans, Even if you're Indian body, we're still Americans because we live in America. We in America live with exemplary, with cooperation by spreading Krishna consciousness and share with, set example for others. But in America also everybody's constantly striving for improve the material conditions only, and less priority to Krishna consciousness. That's my little observation. So until and unless the consciousness is changed, that the education changed, one's focus is not changed, one continues to strive and struggle to establish themselves in this material world to be successful in God project, and which at the end will turn into futile. So today's verse is we are reading the battle between Lord Boar and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu, they had their own plans. They wanted to, they tried almost to become the Lord. Try to harass everybody. There is no God consciousness, because why they don't want God consciousness? Can anyone wants to comment a little bit here? I have a question. Why Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were against Lord Vishnu? Or why they don't want God consciousness? Any thoughts? If you raise your hand, I cannot see, but if you like to share, please feel free. Why? Why they were against Vishnu?
Because they
Because
were
of the curse.
Somebody was saying. Go ahead.
Because of the curse, Prabhu, given by Kumara.
Who is speaking?
This is Muktidatri.
Okay, okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Who else was speaking? Is Pranath who was speaking?
Yeah, because they wanted to be the controllers, they wanted to be the center and the
Ah,
enjoyers.
yeah, this is what it is. Thank you. So we hear the stories, yeah, cursed they become, but they're playing the role of a conditioned living entity in this material world. We should not forget. We should not get stuck with, how they came. Based mostly in stories. But we learn the essence from the Shastras that, if anyone comes on my way, I'll crush him. That's the philosophy. If anyone comes on my way, I'll crush him. A living entity thinks that. And what is that anyone who comes on my way? If anyone become an obstacle on my goal, on my prestige, on name and fame and proprietorship, becoming God project, then I want him out. I want him out. So Krishna also has his own tactics always. Hiranyakashipu wanted like that, and he slowly pushed his son as a great devotee. Now there's a friction. And what is the friction? Of course, this we'll discuss later. What is the friction? Hiranyakashipu's plan will never be fulfilled because there's obstacle. Hiranyakashipu says, I am God, and Prahlad says, Vishnu is God. And there's a friction, constant friction. So that the people who are covered with such illusion that they are the Lord and their goal is to be the superior than anyone else in this universe, they are afraid of the devotees also. Why? Because devotees present saying that, hey, you are not God, you are not supreme. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So immediately, what do? They want they plot the plans against such kind of things. So they will not accept, neither they will accept the people who speak that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nor will be successful. They don't want even Krishna also. They want to eradicate the devotees. At the same time, they want to eradicate the Lord himself. That was Hiranyakshi's plan to remove anywhere. God's propaganda is going on that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Many times I heard I've not been to any kind of this countries where what do you call communism is prominent. Communist countries, they don't want primarily God to be the center. Many communist countries they put their own pictures, the leaders' pictures. You have to worship them. Worship means you have to follow them. They are the ultimate controller. But that's condemned. So Hiranyaksha, their plan was like this, and he was so. Here he says the demon who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles, and beautiful golden armor on his body, chased the Lord from behind with a great mace. Hiranyaksha was attached to this gold. I see many people. Women they decorate their bodies. That's natural, with gold ornaments. Many times I've seen even men decorate with so much of gold, and to show the world, I've seen many several people in Orissa. They will put all their gold and walk like this. So, they are proud of it. They think that that's their success. This gold and ornaments, they will help them, save them um, from death. As long as the gold and ornament, the power, everything is there, they will think, they are the superior. So when he saw Lord Varahadev is, taking the earth out from the Gavayaksha ocean, and he tried to chase him. He said, who are you to dare to come here? Who is this beast? Come to my area and take, earth. So when he chased him and kind of spoke in a ill word, believe in this world, even Krishna will be abused by bad words, harassed. But Krishna showed with his own example. He tolerated, he just listened. He listened that in such a way to set example for demigods. Prabhupada writes, the Lord could have chastised the demon immediately while the demon was deriding the Lord with ill words. But the Lord tolerated him to please the demigods and to show that they should not be afraid of demons while discharging their duties. Just like, somebody superior, very strong personality is in front of you when you're in a difficult situation. You will not be afraid. You say, okay, I'm there for you. Will not be fearful. Will be fearless. So same way, when the devotees, Krishna wanted to give, fearlessness to the demigods, he said, I'm here, don't worry. So long they have been, the demons has been harassed, the devatas. So now Lord is tolerating and just assuring that I'm here. Therefore, his toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. It's interesting thing. It says the Lord is always present there to protect them. But the devotees, but the devatas went through so much of suffering. Isn't it? The devatas went through so much of suffering. They hid here and there. They become homeless and they're tortured in so many ways. So anyone has a comment? If Lord was always there to protect them, why the devatas had to go through all this suffering? I'm sorry if I am asking such questions. Golokananda Priyamataji, you want to say something?
Why the devta has to be suffering, you said?
Yeah, Lord says, purport says, the demon. The purpose, therefore, his toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. If Lord is always present to protect, then why the devotees go through suffering?
Oh, in this case here, Lord is just displaying his pastime.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes devotees, Krishna's also test you just to test your determination, how much you depend on him,
conviction.
you know.
Is it only sometimes Golukan and the Priya Mataji or all that time? I feel it's all that time.
All the time Krishna tests you, you know. Like for example, Lord Prahlad Maharaj was such a great devotee. He was,
Yeah,
and this way also Krishna put us in difficult positions. We can remember him also.
yeah.
We can always remember him. So we get deviated sometime. Most of the time we are in illusion. So in order for us to always remember Krishna, devotees are
Mm.
difficulties. And in this way, by remembering Krishna, so we can perfect our life constantly.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thought.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else wants to share more on this? My observation is
So
that, yeah, go ahead.
it's also very instructive, so that's an example for us to see and learn how we should tolerate and be in those situations and follow in the footsteps of such great personalities, how they are unwavered, their faith is unwavered in such situations.
Yeah, thank you. I think the troubles, as long in this material world, there will be troubles will come all the time. Anxiety will be given to us. As you all mentioned, both of you, that Krishna is testing, and we have to tolerate the situations. I wonder when the Pandavas were ever lived happily. Maybe sometime, maybe I don't know. It's not covered. So occasionally they may be, but I think the Lord doesn't want to make the devotees for the devotees a comfortable place to live. Just thinking like that, because the moment we think this place is a comfortable, nice, how wonderful place I'm enjoying, then we may forget. We may forget in our goal and goal of life. So it's a special mercy also. Tatya Anukampa Susamekshamanam, the Devatas offer this prayer later. We see that, they consider any disturbances and turbulences in this material world as mercy of the Lord, because thus gives the opportunity to become a sincere, submissive, to submit the Lord with sincerity, a sincere devotee actually. It's not very easy, it's difficult, but that's what I understand from this as well. So the Lord finally comes and he says, I'm always there to protect my devotees. The demon's derision of the Lord was just like the barking of dogs. The Lord did not care about it, since he was doing his own work in deliverance the earth from the mist of the water. So while performing one's prescribed duty, there can be so many objections, so many obstacles can come, but the Lord is setting example that we should not care for it. Materialistic demons always possess large amounts of gold in various shapes, and they think that a large amount of gold, physical strength, and popularity can save them from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It reminds me now the current situation in the world. as we see the news, that everybody is running behind securing their position, collecting gold and the natural resources constantly, just to make their position, secure their position and make superiority. This is gold, physical strength, and popularity. This is the demon's possession. It'll give for some time, but it cannot give protection all the time. It might improve that situation temporarily. Prabhupada says no civilization lasted long. Material civilization. Everyone came and everyone left. So best option is for us to take Krishna consciousness voluntarily. So today is also Lord Nityananda's Trayodasi. I know tomorrow will be discussed. We seek blessings from Lord Nityananda, because without his mercy, without his blessing, no one can get Krishna prema. It's all linked. It says, Shastra says that unless we develop taste for hearing from Rupa and the 6 Goswami's teachings, we'll not be able to understand the pastimes of Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Unless we get mercy of the Lord Nityananda, we cannot get the mercy of Lord Gauranga. Unless Gauranga is merciful, then we cannot get Krishna prema. So this whole movement which is given to us is like a opportunity to recognize everything in relationship with the Supreme Lord and serve submissively and progress in our spiritual journey. May Lord Nityananda shower his causeless mercy upon all of us, so maybe we can progress and be an instrument of service for him. I'll stop it here. Please, anyone has more questions, comments, corrections? Again, excuse me for anyone to say something about Lord Nityananda. Unless someone comes and shatters our dream, we'll not take to Krishna consciousness. That's my whole take from these things. Somebody will come and shatter our goal. It's a dream. He said, wake up. Just like Lord Brahma, destroyed the dream or thoughts of Indra, who was in the form of a pig. So he came and destroyed. He said, come on, you're highly situated. So you have to. So Brahma came and messed up the whole plan so that it can help Indra, who was in the body of a hog. So similarly, unless a devotee sadhu comes in our life, awakens and shatters all our plan, God project, the real genuine Krishna consciousness will not begin. That's my understanding. We'll be getting mercy in all the time, improving slowly. But mercy comes from the great souls. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra kahe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoy. It means, what is the meaning of Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha means? Whole plan changes for us. Prabhupada had a different plan. And he met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and whole plan changed. The Mragari had a different plan. He was living his life like this. He came in association of Narad Muni, everything changed. I was hearing about a fisher boy actually, fishing boy, I don't know what you call, in Jagannath Puri, Raghava Behra, Raghu Behra, sorry, yeah, Raghu Behra. He was just a fisherman's son. And every day they used to manage their livelihood by fishing. It's a big story incident on it. But whole plan changed when he came in association of devotees. He became devotee of Lord Jagannath, gave up fishing, went through challenges, of course, but the Lord Jagannath was always there. So change is natural in this material world, changes causes us disturbance, but at the same time, the change in plan is we don't try to lord over anymore. We try to become humble servant. Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srivas Thakur, everyone has taught only one principle. That is becoming a servant. They have great pleasure by becoming a servant. That's why we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. I think this is a very nice way that you said it, that somebody has to come and shatter our dream. Otherwise, we're living in this illusion. And it sounds maybe a little bit cruel, but actually, this is the greatest kindness from the ultimate reality. And especially that's a very nice meditation today on Lord Nityananda's appearance day, because he's also Adi Guru. He represents, he's the original spiritual master. From him, the manifestation of the spiritual master comes as a representative of Lord Nityananda Prabhu in order to deliver and teach us the science of Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. We're having, I'm sure in Delaware, you're having a nice program tonight. We'll also have a program here in Philadelphia. We hope to see the devotees. We start at 5:30. We'll have nice kirtans, abhishek. We'll sing some bhajans about Lord Nityananda. We'll have a discourse on Lord Nityananda. Nice feast. We do request the devotees, if you're living close with other devotees, to please come together. It's going to be very cold out. So it's good to travel together, plus our parking lot because of the snow. We have it plowed, but we have less spaces. So in order to conserve and make sure we can accommodate everybody, if you can travel with other devotees, that would be the preference. And also, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu, I believe you're also going to come on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come last Sunday, but they canceled because of the snow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see all of you Sunday. Thank you, Pranachya Prabhu, for the announcement. Yeah, that's a good point. Carpool will help because of the snow. Anyone has any more comments? Pranath Prabhu, you want to say something if you're still there? Yeah.
No, Prabhu, thank you so much for the nice class. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Everyone have a wonderful day. May Lord's blessing upon all of us. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarvyascha kripasam devacha.
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava.
Vaishnava Namo Namo. Thank you.